Whoa. How am I gonna get these back on? I'm just gonna have to do it like this. And there you have it. Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be sharing with you my famous sausage roll recipe. When I posted it, you guys went crazy over it and I saw hundreds of you making it. We're making homemade sausage rolls straight from my home country of Australia. This is my take on it. I could teach you how to make it today. So let's get started. Another great thing about this recipe is once they're cooked, you can freeze them. So at any time you can grab one from the freezer, chuck it in the oven, reheat it, and you'll get the same effect as when they just come freshly baked out of the oven. Let's get started. We've got our sausage meat, salt and pepper, grated carrot, one whole carrot, one whole chopped onion, one whole grated sweet potato, one whole grated zucchini, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, and 1 egg. Oh, and 3 cloves of garlic as well. Breakfast sausage is really popular here and that's already been flavored. So I would just try and get the most plain sausage meat as you can. So we're gonna start by squeezing our sausage meat into a bowl. But if you can't find the sausage meat in the tube, go to your local butcher and just ask him for plain sausage meat. Make sure it's not breakfast sausage and make sure it's not seasoned. What we're gonna add into this bowl is like a cup of zucchini, but then we're gonna squeeze all of the water out. Very important. If you don't squeeze all the water out, you're gonna have soggy sausage rolls and you don't want that. Same about a cup of sweet potato when it's loose. I'm gonna add that into our bowl. Sweet potato is not as watery. Then we're gonna do the same with our carrot. Squeeze our water out. Then we're gonna do 1 whole onion. I'm gonna do 1 cup of breadcrumbs. I'm gonna do 1 egg. Then we're gonna add like 1/3 of a cup of ketchup. And 1/3 of a cup of sweet chili sauce. These are kind of like secret ingredients me and my mom came up with. Then we're gonna add 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, depending on how big they are. I like to add a little bit of thyme into the recipe as well. You can leave it out if you want. You could also add rosemary and sage, a little salt, and a little, All right, now we're gonna get mixing. Because there's other people eating this, I'm gonna put on a glove. We're in a pandemic right now and it just feels right. Do not reheat sausage rolls in the microwave. It's insulting. Turn on the oven and put them in there. Heaven, 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 heaven. And mix all those ingredients in there. So we've got our mix. We're going to put that to the side for a little bit. And we've got some eggs ready in a bowl right here. Flour our surface. Just put some flour over your surface like that. Don't use phyllo pastry, it won't work. You need puff pastry. And make sure that you've had it sitting out of the freezer for a little while before you do this because you don't want to break the dough. This is still a little cold, it could sit out for a little longer. We're gonna use bottle of red wine to roll out our pastry. I like to make it about twice as big as what it comes. And I'm just gonna make sure we maintain that shape, that rectangular shape of the pastry. Today I'm using a bottle of wine. I've never owned a rolling pin and I have never felt the need to. So now we've rolled out our pastry, we're gonna cut it. So we've got 2 long rectangular strips. Now, really important here, you've got to make sure your meat to pastry ratio is about 50-50. A lot of people add too much meat. It's important not to add too much meat because then you'll overpower the pastry and you need to have that crunch. That's a really good meat to pastry ratio right there. You're going to make sure you go all the way to the edge and just make sure it's an even amount of pastry. All the way down. I'm going to do that again on the second sheet. anywhere you feel is not as thick as other places, just fill in the gaps, and there you go. I am so excited, you don't even understand. This is like everything to me. We're gonna crack an egg into our little bowl over here, and we're gonna whisk it up. We're gonna line one side of the pastry with the egg on both. And this will be where we seal the deal. We're going to wrap one side of the pastry over, and watch this. We're going to just fold the other side straight over the top like that, so that seals onto itself. And when that egg mixture cooks, it's going to get sealed into the sausage roll. We're gonna grab our egg mixture once again and just roll that over the sausage roll pastry. This is gonna become our glaze. Making sure you get every little bit. So we're gonna do in the center, 1 cut. Then the center of the center, and then the center of the center. Make sure that's cut all the way through. Center of the center. And if you want longer ones, you can leave it whole, but I like my sausage rolls bite size. Now we're gonna prep our trays. We've got our oven preheated to 425 degrees. I'm going to lay some aluminum foil. You could also put these directly on, and we're gonna grease the tray. You could grease it with butter or oil or whatever. I'm gonna grease it with some butter today. Put our sausage rolls on the tray, making sure we've got some distance between each one because they will rise. Placing them on the tray like so, you can repeat this step so that all of your meat and all of your pastry is used up. We're gonna put these into the oven now for 10 to 15 minutes. Take them out, baste them again with our egg mix, and then put them in for another 10 to 15 minutes. All right, here they are, into the oven. All right guys, we're taking these out of the oven to baste. We've got another batch ready to go. Just gonna do one more once over with our basting brush. So that was 15 minutes on 425. It depends on the power of your oven and also which shelf you put them on. As we wait for our sausage rolls, this deserves a glass of red. So we're gonna take these out of the oven. Look at that. These are the perfect thing to serve at a party or just eat all day long, so you can't eat anymore. How amazing. And you can take these straight from the oven, put them into the freezer in a freezer bag and reheat them in the oven when you're done. Or we're gonna eat these right now. So I got my little plate of sweet chili sauce. My favorite things of all time, Australian homemade sausage rolls, and that, my friends, is plated. Let's try this thing out. All right, guys, let's try this thing out. Yum, the good old Australian sausage roll. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Woo! And that is plated. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys again next week. Cheers. Back to mom life.